Hey everyone, welcome back to my Dev Web App channel. Today I'm going to provide and explain the solution to the coding interview task that would sound like fetch the data from an external API and display it in the list. It's a common coding interview challenge. Let's take a look at the design. As you can see, I have some headers and the data about books, and the data was fetched from the external API, and as API, I used Faker API and books. And also I'm going to use Fetch API in my coding. And let's go to the code and build our task. I launched my Visual Studio Code and opened React Interview Tasks project that I've created previously. And now I'm going to run terminal and start dev server with command npm run dev and open my project in browser, and I have the first challenge counter up, and now I'm going just to change the component, and let me hide the panel, and inside components folder I'll create new file, and it will be new component, and the component will be books list JSX, and also I need books list CSS for styles. Okay, and let me create functional component. I'm going to export it and create function and provide name books list. And let's return some JSX. I'll create div for container, and inside div we'll provide h2 tag and some text like books list, and also let's check. First of all, we need to add our component into app.jsx. I'll change to books list and also add it here. And let's check. Okay, and we have our header. And now we can fetch the data. And for that, I need hook use effect. And as you can see, import was added. And for use effect, I need to provide function that will be called after dependencies were changed. And let me provide empty function. And as dependencies, I'll use empty array. And the function inside use effect will be called after component was mounted. So we'll call it only once. And now I can implement my function, and I'm going to add new function for fetching data, fetch data, and I need to use async because I'll use await inside code, and I'll use fetch, and I need to provide input, and will be URL, and let's check our endpoint. And as endpoint, I'll provide books from Faker API, and it will provide me some fake data, and I can use it during implementation or probably during interview. And now I need to save the response from the API into some variable, and I'll use X response. And also I need to wait for result. And now we need to add some state variable where we will store the response, the data about books. And for that, I need hook use state. And as you can see, we have imports. I can just simplify it. And now I can provide initial value, and initially I'll have empty array. And as you can see, use state returns the function and also the value, and I need to save it into variables. and I'll use books, and function will be set books. Okay, and now inside our page data function, I can make console log response, and I need to provide my variable. Okay, and now we need to call page data function, and let's check what I have so far. I'm going to open developer tools and go to console and refresh the page. And as you can see, we have a response, and we have OK and status 200, and also we can check network tab in developer tools, and here we also have some headers. You can check all, and also we have in preview we have data, and as you can see, the API returned 10 books, and we have details, and we can check them, and also you can see the example of the response inside the docs, and I believe we have the same response as in docs here. Okay, and now we can build our list of books. First of all, we need to save the data from the response into state variable, and I'm going to check the docs about fetch API, and let's see. And also would be good to check the response if a response was okay, and also we can then get JSON data from response. And I'm going to just copy this code, and I can remove this console log and pass my code here. Okay, and I need to change response. And if a response was not okay, I'll provide response status. And now we can retrieve JSON, and this JSON I'll pass to my sandbox, and we'll have JSON, and inside this JSON we have data. Okay, and now we can create a JSX for our list of books, and I'll keep it simple for interview. That would be enough. And I'm going to create an ordered list, and for each element of the list, I'm going to iterate through the array. We have array of books, and I'm going to use map function of the array, and use map. And for each book inside element, I'm going to provide JSX, and I'll add in a list item, and for list item, I'm going to provide some empty line. Okay, and also let's add some h3 header, and inside header, let's check the response of what we have inside books, and inside books we have title, and I'm going to use title book title, and also for item I'm going to use key to avoid some warning, and let me add book ID, and let's check what I have so far, and I need to return JSX, not code. Okay, and let's check, and as you can see we have a list of books, and I can build my JSX further, and also will provide more details like paragraph. Let me add paragraph. Okay, and I'm going to provide author. Okay, and let's check what I have inside data, and for author I'm going to use this field author, and I'm going to provide also genre, and let's check what I have, and I'm going just copy paste, and let's check. Okay, and we have list, and we need to remove these dots, and for that I'll add class name and provide books list, and we need to import our styles. Import books list CSS, and I'll just add one style inside it, and I'll provide list style type, and will provide none. Okay, and let's check again. And as you can see, we don't have these dots anymore. And one more thing that we can add, as you saw in docs, it's useful to add try catch. If something goes wrong, we can just provide a message to the user, and we'll not see a breaking interface. And for that, I'm going to add try, and I'll write my code inside try, and for catch, I'll add some error. And let me just provide console error, and I'll add some message error fetching data, and provide error, and I need to add it here, error, and we'll provide it in console error. Okay, and if I change some API, let's check. Let me refresh the page, and as you can see, we don't have a list, but we have errors in console, and we can provide message to the user, and but I'm not going to do it here. And one more thing, that I can use object destructor in here. Instead of writing this book, I can just provide ID, tiled, and other fields, and remove this book. Okay, I need comma here. Okay, and let's check. Let me refresh the page, and as you can see, I have response in network, and I can check the data. And let me refresh one more time, and as you can see, I have data, and I have the name and other details about book. And that's all that I had for today. If you like the video, subscribe to my Dev Web App channel. Like the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.